Good morning, guys. I can finally talk. I was trying to be super quiet in the very beginning because Aaron was still sleeping. I was getting ready for the gym, made my pre and during BCAA drink, and now I'm headed out. It is amazing that I'm actually headed out on time, so if I keep talking, I will be late. I have a reputation for being late to the class, so we're gonna go now. I made it with 4 minutes to spare. This is a miracle. It's gonna be a good day. But seriously, you guys, I have such a bad tendency to be leaving my house when I'm already supposed to be somewhere. I know that I'm not the only one. I know it's a horrible trait. You never want to keep people waiting and you don't want to be known as a late person. So yeah, I get that it's bad, but I just get so distracted with something else and I just never leave on time, and then I don't want to rush too much in traffic because driving is the most dangerous thing we do, and so I end up always late. But new year, I'm going to try to work on it. Not fix it, work on it. You know, just make some improvements to be more on time.
That's fine. I would have been earlier, but there were
Red lights.
red lights and that's
It's never our fault, really. It's just, it's traffic.
I don't like leaving a little.
Three, two, one, go. Three, two, one, go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I'm back home now. I got a little bit sidetracked. So basically what happened in the middle of the workout, my memory card said memory card full, which I was not expecting in the least because it was, I think it's 128 gigabytes. I was not expecting it. So anyway, I started using my phone, which is the footage you would have just seen, because I wanted to get more of the workout in. I grabbed a breakfast burrito for us, quickly ate that. We split one burrito. That way when we eat out and we do takeout, we basically just get one thing, one entree, and we split it. And it's plenty for us. We don't need to overeat and feel sick. So yeah, it's kind of a life tip in case you guys are wondering. But now I am going to do a little hair mask situation, get in the shower, do all that good stuff because we are going to be shooting something later today. So I do need to get like presentable, you know. So this is what I'm going to use today. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you would have already seen these. I'm going to go in and do the California Salt shampoo first. This stuff is amazing. It's basically exfoliation for the scalp, which I love. And then I go in with the hair mask, and then I finish it off by using their everyday shampoo. See if I can grab it. Yeah, so I go in with this guy. This is the everyday hair shampoo. I love this stuff. This brand is amazing. And then these are kind of gross, but we also use the Marianilla. I've been using Day. This is actually almost gone. So that's basically it. We've tried to condense it. If you guys remember from a couple months ago, there was a lot of shit in here. tried to get rid of most of it. So now it's just a couple of these that we have, and these are almost all gone. So we're using up products and not having like 60 in here. Some kind of a hair turban in a second, but I want to do my skincare real quick. Starting off with vitamin C. This is a different one from SkinCeuticals. This is the Fluorectin CF, so this has C and ferulic acid. I should say vitamin C and ferulic. It has like a caffeine scent to it. It's very strange, but it works really well. I'm going in against SkinCeuticals. This is the HA Intensifier. A lot of people have said this product is like Botox in a bottle because it is super hydrating. And I have noticed that my skin is not doing like the crazy thing where it gets like super dry and cracked around my mouth, especially since it is cold and it is winter. Okay. What am I doing next? We gotta go in with some liquid collagen from Algenist. We're actually killing this mega bottle. You guys remember a couple months ago they did a flash sale for this bottle, which is actually the same price as the normal one, but it's twice as big. We are killing it. I think we have another one secretly hidden somewhere, but Aaron loves this stuff just as much as I do, so it goes quick. Then this is my favorite rose oil from Gangster Chic. I'll have to do a video just about all her stuff because I love it. But I did an IGTV last year about this stuff. It is so good. And it is pure rose oil pressed once, no additional chemicals and nonsense inside it. Very good stuff. Okay, we got the oil. I think this is out. Yeah, we finished the caviar and cashmere. So I'm gonna go in with the Murad Daily Defense Moisturizer, or what is it? Hydrodynamic, not the Daily Defense. I just made up a new name for their skincare. And I typically do let my hair just air dry. Less damage with heat. Okay. We're gonna leave it here for now because I'm not going outside until later. I'll put a little SPF on later before I sit outside on our little patio. But otherwise, we're good for now, and I'm gonna grab that hair turban. What do you see out there, Mijita? Are there birds and other things? Oh, yes. You're such a cutie. She sees all kinds of birds and things outside. We are here and it is happy hour, my favorite time of the day. You guys know I love my wine, I love IPAs, I love a delicious craft cocktail. But what we're gonna do this a little bit different than normal. These are non-alcoholic options. So if you're pregnant, if you're on medication, if you just want a drink that doesn't have the alcoholic element to it, this is for you. And honestly, I'm not doing dry January, I'm not a quitter, but I do think there are certain days of the week and times where you just don't want to get the buzz, but you still want to have something refreshing and delicious to drink. I've been testing a couple of these for the last couple of days, and I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on what I think of each of them, especially since I do love wine, I love a craft beer, I love an actual cocktail. I want to tell you kind of, does it have a similar taste? Obviously you're not getting any sort of a buzz, but the taste is really the biggest piece of this here. So we're gonna get right into it, and I am going to start by making a cocktail. Now this is a brand a lot of you guys recommended. It is Seedlip, and this is the Garden 108 Herbal Distilled Non-Alcoholic Spirit. They have a lot of options, to be honest with you. This to me feels like gin. It feels like a replacement of gin just because it is herbal. It's got that botanical element to it, which I feel like gin usually does, and you can customize gin to have a lot of different flavors. If you guys will remember when I went to London, now it's been exactly a year, but I was able to infuse the gin with different flavors that I preferred. So you could do like pickles or jalapenos or roses, so you could make it as sweet or as spicy and salty as you wanted, which is something I've always enjoyed about gin in particular. So this basically says what to drink when you're not drinking. It's distilled non-alcoholic botanical drink bottled in England, and it's got water, natural botanical distillates, and extracts. And it's got a lot of really good stuff. I mean, it's pretty simple in terms of the ingredients. You've got citric acid, potassium sorbate, and a little bit of preservative. So it's pretty simple in terms of what's actually in it, in case you were wondering like what is a non-alcoholic distilled drink made of. But what we're going to start off with here is I'm actually using minimal tools because I am outside. I'm just going to go in and we're going to do a little bit of agave at the bottom of this glass. And then we're going to do 2 shots of the gin. This is a simplified version. Again, I would be using a lot more tools if I was inside, and I would be doing this all in ice, but I'm going to just do this as a stir drink, and then I'm going to add a huge ice cube because it's easier when you are outside like this. I'm going to cut this lemon in half, and I'm going to squeeze half of the lemon into this cup. So I will grab that now. Okay, got the half lime, and it goes straight into the drink. Nice and easy. I also snagged some cheese and crackers because I figured I need some crackers to cleanse the palate between all these things that I'm about to try. Okay. Use a little stir here. Stir it all up. Again, using limited tools out here. And normally what I would do is I would stir this all up into a separate cup. Then I would pour this over ice into this cup and then add the seltzer. But we're just working with what we have out here just to make it easy. And you just place that ice cube in there. Add a little seltzer. And I just honestly keep topping this seltzer water into this drink as I see fit. And it's delicious. It's got, this is definitely herbal and botanical. And I really think that the agave helps to give it a little bit more of a sweeter vibe. But I have to say, this is a really great alternative. I've really enjoyed drinking this stuff. You can see about half the bottle's gone. It really does taste like a cocktail. Non-alcoholic, it's great. I can have like 7 of these and feel totally fine, which is really nice because if you are a quick drinker, it could be good even to replace, maybe if you love gin and tonics or gin drinks, you could even replace a couple of those drinks with some non-alcoholic ones. I mean, I think it's a really good trick. But this is super refreshing, really good. Highly, highly recommend this. This was actually the only version I saw when I went into the store. So I think I'm gonna have to search on their site and find more because I did look and I saw that they had kind of more of like a bourbon whiskey type of replacement, and there was a couple other really good ones. So more to come from Seedlip. I really, really like this stuff. So we're gonna leave this cocktail here and I'm gonna move on to the next thing. So we're gonna go first to the ones I've already opened over here. And what I've got here is a red wine, a rosé, and I have a white over here that I haven't tried it, so I'm going to try that on camera with you guys. This is a Cab Sav. It is the St. Regis de-alcoholized Cab Sav. It says less than 0.5% alcohol per volume, so it's 0.5%. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to this one. It says de-alcoholized Cabernet Sauvignon wine, which means that they had normal Cab Sav and they had to remove the alcohol from it, which from what I've read is actually a harder process than making it non-alcoholic. And then it's got sugar, carbon dioxide, sulfites, absorbic acid. So the sulfites is not ideal. You really don't want to, if you're going to be drinking wine that has sulfates, it's usually better just to drink the real wine and not do something that's fake. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of this. I don't know, I'm really torn about this because when I first opened the bottle, it was okay. Then the second day I had a little bit of it. I didn't like it as much. So let's see what I think now. It's just really sweet. It really tastes like cheap wine to me. So you know, if you had bought a red wine and it was a cheap red wine, this is what I feel like I would get at a gas station. That's really what it smells like to me. Yeah, it does not smell great. It tastes better than it smells, so that's good. So if you can get through the smell, it is really smooth, well balanced. It's not super sweet on the tongue, but it just smells so sickly sweet. I'm such a sniffer too. I smell all of my food before I eat it. I'm just really strange. If something smells off, I just can't really, I can't. Yeah, I really don't like the smell of this. It's not terrible. It's not my favorite. I would not buy this again if I had to decide. It's kind of interesting because I smell the sweetness and my teeth feel kind of sweet just from that small amount I had, but it doesn't taste bad. It's really hard to explain. We're gonna use the same glass. Let me just remove that. So this next one is de-alcoholized Ravishing Rosé, almost zero alcohol. This is from the Van Loveren family vineyards. Looked up their vineyard. They've got a lot of options. They have so many different varietals. They have alcoholized wine, and then this is kind of one of their side businesses, I guess, of creating non-alcoholic wine. This one says, this exciting beverage is made from top hand-picked grapes that are used to produce a vibrant, high-quality wine using the latest technology. The alcohol is then removed. Result is soft and smooth with rose petal and strawberry tones, ideal for every occasion without alcohol restricting your enjoyment. Enjoy as a flavorful aperitif or with your favorite pastas, meat dishes, and pizza. So this one has the wine, grape juice, glycerol, sulfites, and natural flavors. And both of these, I believe, are South African wines. Oh no, this one is not. So this one is actually from Canada. This one is a product of South Africa, and it says enjoy slightly chilled 43 to 46 degrees. So this one I do enjoy. So you can see it's a really beautiful light pink color, really gives you that rosé feeling. I think this is a really nice thing to sip on in the middle of the day in the summertime when you're not really trying to get like messed up, but you do want to still sip on something that's going to be refreshing, but it's perfect for summertime. And just for me now, I just love rosé any time of year. This is, it smells wonderful. It smells like a true rosé, which I really love. Again, the smell kind of goes with the taste for me. It should be a full experience. The thing about this wine is that it lacks flavor. It's almost so balanced that it's got like a sweet and dry element, but it's so balanced that it lacks the flavor. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really care for that because I usually like a dry rosé, so I would have preferred if this was a little bit drier and was still the balanced. So I'm gonna take a look and see if they have other options, because so far this wine has blown me away in comparison to a lot of these other things that we're talking about here. This has been kind of the winner in terms of the non-alcoholic beverages. This is like the one I want to reach for in terms of wine. So very good, really like it, and I will be sure to link all of these down for you guys. I got mostly everything at Total Wine, if I'm not mistaken, so I should be able to easily link them if you guys are interested in trying. Yeah, that's a good one. I really like it. It's very easy to drink, but yeah, I do wish it was drier because it does have that sweet element, which is the grape juice most likely, which makes sense. While I'm waiting to do the next one, this is just so refreshing. So refreshing. Ugh. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about this beer. This is Athletic Brewing Co. Run Wild Non-Alcoholic IPA. It's made with organic malt, and it contains, again, less than 0.5% alcohol per volume. I think all of these actually say that, so I'm assuming that it can be considered non-alcoholic if it has less than 0.5% of alcohol per content. So this one says, giving back, 2% of all sales go to restoring local trails, which is kind of cool. And this can has 70 calories, which is amazing. If you guys are familiar with IPAs and craft beers, this is not like a Bud Light. Usually an IPA will have anywhere from 200 to 400 calories per can. It obviously depends on the size, what's in it, blah, 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 blah. But 70 calories for a drink, great. This is probably my favorite thing out of all of these. This really satisfies the I want a drink and I want a beer, because it's made the same way. It just doesn't have the alcoholic element to it. So it's got like the barley and the maltiness to it, which is absolutely delicious. And it's an IPA, which has the hops. So for me, I really do feel satisfied drinking this. It just messes, like the whole idea of this for me personally is that I'm tricking myself to think that I'm drinking. We're just gonna pour a little bit of this. I love this stuff. It was Aaron who told me that Lagunitas has a non-alcoholic IPA. I think I'm gonna have to go grab it. You can see everything about the beer looks normal. It smells normal. It really tastes the most normal to me. Obviously it's missing a little bit of that, I don't know how to say it. It's more like a bite. You kind of feel the alcohol and you kind of feel like you're gonna burp through your nose. It misses a little bit of that, but otherwise this is the closest thing. And 70 calories, I mean, this is epic. I really like this. I think they did a really good job with making a beer that still satisfies your craving, makes you feel like you're drinking beer, doesn't get you messed up, and tastes fantastic. So this is like my 10 out of 10, well done. If you love beer, they're doing a good job. This is crazy. Look at all these drinks. Okay, so the last one I have here is one that I have not opened up, which I'm actually really excited to try. So we're gonna go in. So I kind of decided to grab one wine from 3 different wineries because I was like, oh, let's just see which one does the best. This is Premium American Be Well Chardonnay. Again, it is de-alcoholized. This says, with Be Well, enjoy the flavor without the alcohol. Made with traditional winemaking practices, this wine undergoes a process to gently remove the alcohol, preserving natural aromas and flavors. Okay. It says, this elegant de-alcoholized Chardonnay opens with aromas of fresh tree fruit leading to notes of golden delicious apple, a touch of honey and hints of oak and vanilla. I have a feeling I'm going to like this. And this is bottled in California. So ingredients here, let's just see. It says for 8 fluid ounces, 20 calories. It's crazy because when I look at the calories of these in comparison to normal amounts, so this one has a lot of calories. You have 12 fluid ounces over here, 70 calories. This one says 12 fluid ounces, 117 calories, and then this one says 8 fluid ounces, 20 calories. So those are both 12, and they're over 100. And this is, wait, no they're not. That one's not over. That one's 70 for 12, 117 for 12. This is 20 for 8 fluid ounces. So this is the least amount of alcohol. Okay, I'm really excited to try this one. Okay, a new wine glass for this one. You guys know I love a Chardonnay. I haven't seen a Sauvignon Blanc yet that's de-alcoholized. That would be really interesting actually, because I love the fruitiness of a Sauv Blanc. Okay. This is interesting. It doesn't smell like a normal Chardonnay. It actually kind of has a smell of a Sauvignon Blanc because it is so fruity. Okay, I'm gonna try to test this out. Okay, it's not bad. It's got so many flavors. It's got the vanilla and the oakiness, and I feel like these flavors, if it was real wine, they wouldn't be as overpowering, but all I can taste right now is vanilla and the oak. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not my favorite Chardonnay, but I mean, it doesn't have alcohol in it, so it's like you can't really be picky. I think this one still goes way above the red. The red is probably my least favorite thing on this table. I then think I would say the Chardonnay is next, then the rosé. It's a hard choice for me here. I think the beer is my top because it just is so, it really makes me feel like I'm drinking a normal IPA. This, I can tell it's not gin, but it is really, really close. So I think these two are maybe tied just because they're different things, but the wines are not my favorite. So through this exercise so far, I drink a lot of wine. I don't like de-alcoholized wine, if I'm being honest. This is like a desperate thing to try to find a wine that tastes good without alcohol in it, because I feel like that helps the taste substantially. Maybe if I had grown up and drank de-alcoholized wine from the very beginning, I would prefer this over real alcohol wine, but that's not the case. So they don't taste right to me, but they're not bad. I can definitely get down on the rosé, probably more than the Chardonnay, if I'm being honest. I really am okay with this. This is terrible. I don't like how sweet and fruity, and it just smells cheap to me. It smells like a cheap wine that I wouldn't want. The beer is great. And so is the cocktail, honestly. This is like the easiest thing to drink, and it makes the most sense because it's just distilled spirits with no alcohol. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I've had an interesting time testing these out and trying to figure out which one I'm going to enjoy and which one actually kind of feels like a true option for me. I'm hoping as more time goes on, a lot of these companies are going to figure out better ways to make some of this stuff taste good and maybe even bring the flavor of alcohol into the wine without actually having the alcohol. Do you know what I mean? I feel like with how technology is nowadays, we should be able to make a wine that tastes good and just like the alcohol version. So that would be an interesting thing to see. But so far, these are the ones I've taste tested. We've got 3 different wine varietals from 3 different vineyards, and then we've got the distilled spirit here and the beer. So I am going to continue the hunt and try to find and continue telling you guys what I like in terms of non-alcoholic options, because I do feel like there is a need for this, and a lot of you guys were excited to have me even try some. There's a brand that I'm really interested in trying, actually. I think it was called Kin Euphorics or something along those lines. That was a highly requested one. I didn't actually snag that one at Total Wine, but I'll take a peek at their website and then grab some options there. So if you guys have other recommendations, let me know. I don't want like soda and juice and like kombucha tea and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in things that are trying to be the non-alcoholic version of alcohol. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to drink a soda instead of a glass of wine. I would rather have the glass of wine. So I've been looking for alcoholic alternatives that have no alcohol, if that makes sense. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really fun. This whole setup is interesting, and it's crazy that I've had a little bit of all of these drinks and I feel nothing. So I think it's a really cool thing, especially for days where you're like, you need to get your shit together, you need to get things done, you can't be drinking, or like I mentioned, if you're on medication or you just don't like alcohol, you got some other options to try out here. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these and what your thoughts are. And we are going to end this week's vlog here at the happiest hour of all. And I'm going to sip on my drinks out here while I bring one of my books, because if you guys didn't see, I decided to join a second book club. Not only the Balkan Bread one, but one, so she's another YouTuber, but she has her own book club. So I decided to join that. So I need to get to reading quickly because this month's book has already been chosen. Everyone's already had a week. So I need to get to reading. I will see you guys in just a couple days' time with another Monday mashup. Cheers! Thank you.